The next phylum that we are going to deal with is the largest phylum, and probably maximum number of animals belong to this phylum, to an extent that if we take 10 animals, 7 out of them would belong to phylum Arthropoda. You can imagine the vast extent of this particular phylum from the idea that all the insects which are present around you on this entire earth, they belong to this particular phylum. Now we have the word Arthropoda, which is a Greek word itself, and it has meaning. Arthros means the joint and podas means foot. So we have the phylum Arthropoda, which has the meaning that the organisms which would have belonging to this particular phylum will have jointed appendages. Appendages means feet. So they will have joints in their feet. Whatever foot or feet they are going to have, they will have joints present in them. That means their appendages will be having joints, one joined to another. Okay, not jointed in this way, but in this way, jointed. One appendage, second appendage, third appendage, as you must have seen in the leg of a cockroach. This is one joint, this is another joint. So we have the jointed appendages, as you can see over here. This is the jointed appendage that I am talking about. There is one part, then it is joined, and then there is other part. Now we have to understand a few characteristics, because this is the sixth phylum that we are studying and it has the same terms that we discuss about. The first one is that they are bilaterally symmetrical. Now this is becoming really repetitive, and it would stay repetitive because all the organism, except for a few exceptions in the higher phylums, are bilaterally symmetrical only. Okay. Now next is that they would be triploblastic, because as you can see legs over here, you can see eyes over here. So they will be having 3 layers from which the organs would be derived. Okay. Then the third one is that they have organ grade. If they are having organ grade, they will have organ system grade, sorry, not organ grade. They have organ system grade of specialization. Then they have a true coelom in which you find the organs, and inside the true coelom you find another important thing, that is the blood. Now we have a circulatory fluid as well that has come into the scene, and the true coelom is having blood inside it. Now as I told you in the beginning that blood has to be present inside the blood vessels, and in such condition when the coelom cavity itself has the blood in it and the organs are directly bathed in the blood, that particular circulatory system is known as open circulatory system. Now you have to remember this, that the arthropods have open circulatory system where the blood is not flowing in blood vessels. So they do not have any specific blood vessel. All they have is a coelom in which blood is present, and the organs which are present for various functions in their organ system, they are bathed directly into that blood. Okay. The blood of these arthropods is known as hemolymph, but please remember it as blood only. They have open circulatory system, no blood vessels are present. And then another thing you have to remember, that the body is segmented, okay, metamerically segmented. Now we had talked about segmentation, we are going to talk about metameric segmentation as well. Now what is metameric segmentation? That each segment will have repetition of organs that are present in the previous segment. Okay. As you can see in the body of a cockroach, cockroach is the best example for studying arthropoda. We do study it, as we had earthworm for annelids, we have cockroach for arthropoda. It has metameric segmentation, segments are present and there is repetition of the segments, as you can see in this picture. This is one segment, then there is another segment. This head itself is a fusion of segments. This is quite a creepy insect that we see over here, and now we are going to see the examples. All these are examples of arthropods. What you see over here, see this particular picture is quite depictive in the case of segments. If you have to understand the segments, this shows the jointed appendages, and we have so many examples. We have to remember the scientific names of a few, like what is a housefly called? Housefly is called Musa domestica in scientific terms. Then we have Periplaneta. Now what is Periplaneta? Periplaneta is the best example, as I told you, that is the cockroach. Okay. Then we have Palemon. What is that? That is the aquatic arthropod known as prawns that we often consume. Okay, it is a delicacy. Periplaneta is cockroach, Palemon is prawn. Then we have Musa, that is the house fly. Apart from that, we have millipedes and centipedes, which are also a part of arthropoda only. So we have millipede, centipede, that is known as Scolopendra. These names you have to remember. Apart from this, you can remember as many names you can. There are many scientific names. It's better you remember them from their scientific name and take a good look at their pictures. So this is all you have to remember about the largest phylum, phylum Arthropoda.